Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Voice Cast. We're taking your favorite animated character, figuring out who played them the best, the worst, and the weirdest, and allow you to vote on them yourself. I'm your host, Justin, and with me is Will.
Cowabunga, dudes.
We are entering the last week of our Turtles month, covering the last of the Ninja Turtles, Donatello.
My favorite turtle. Always has been. Though Raph is a very close second.
I might agree with you on that completely.
I mean, it has been proven that Donnie has the best weapon. Like, the best weapon of the Turtles.
Yeah, like, especially, like, when he, like, customizes it and shit with his own stuff. Like, the 2012 version, like, he just, like, pulls out a knife out of it, like a dispatchable knife, like spring-loaded, and I think that's pretty cool. Kind of an evolution of the stick. And then you look at Rise, and it just fucking decked out into a whole different thing.
I still find it funny that on 4Kids, they had two cartoons where two of the main characters had customizable staves. One Piece and TMNT with Nami.
What are you talking about?
Didn't Nami get, like, the three-fluted pole? Or
oh,
boat?
You were talking about One Piece. I completely blanked out. Oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah,
you're
great
right.
Start, asshole.
Yeah.
Speaking of starts, we'll be starting with the 1987, which is split between Greg Berg and Barry Gordon.
This microwave transmitter should penetrate all the way to the Technodrome. When Krang picks up the signal, he'll think he's watching a real news broadcast.
Don't say Greg Berg first. It makes it sound like that he's actually good at what he's doing.
Yeah, I had to get people's hopes up.
We'll get to him, though. First, though, Barry Gordon, the definitive voice of Donatello throughout the 1987 version, and honestly, I think he nails it.
He's really good. He's not too nasally. He's got that good amount of geekiness to his voice, and honestly, when he says smart stuff, he sounds actually smart.
He hits that perfect balance of just, like, sounding smart and not being too annoying. You can hear in the beginning of the series, though, that, like, he's trying to... There's not a lot of personality to the voice. It sounds a lot like Leonardo, which, honestly, I noticed in a lot of renditions with Donatello, that it's just... It takes a lot to really get out the nerdiness without making it sound too annoying, which Barry Gordon does really well.
He doesn't sound like the Poindexter fixing his pocket protector and sticking up trying to fix his glasses up his bridge. He sounds more like the nerd that he does cool science, he does cool robot stuff in the robotics club, or is the guy who somehow brings in Steam games and plays them on the school computers without leaving a trace.
And I do think that a lot of that comes from the fact that before he was Donatello, he was Brainy Smurf. So he kind of has a history of playing, like, smarty animated characters.
Which is really funny because he plays Jake Razor Clawson in SWAT Cats, where he's radical. He also plays Bebop.
Did you snort on purpose?
Yes.
I know he's a pig, but...
Warthog. It's Warthog.
Same difference.
Tell that to Pumbaa.
I'm sure he'd say this... I'm glad that you brought up Razor, because it's like, after seeing that, like, Rob Paulsen, who voiced Raphael in the 87 version, seeing that Rob Paulsen is a great Donatello, as we'll see soon enough in the 2012 version, it really made me wonder that, would things be better if, in the 87 version, Rob Paulsen and Barry Gordon, like, switched roles? Because you see him in SWAT Cats as Razor, and I think that because of that, it proves that Barry Gordon could have easily done the cool but rude kind of personality.
Oh, definitely. Especially because also his practice with Bebop. Well, Rocksteady sounds like the bumbling idiot of the two. Bebop sounds like the one that acts too soon. I mean, they're both dunderheads, but one keeps the other in line.
You should see them in the 2012 version. They're actually pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, because they don't have to play to the 1980s Archie comics style cartoony zaniness.
Yeah, they actually have skill and ability.
Well, I mean, yeah, before they were mutated, they weren't just some biker thugs. One was an arms trade. in one rendition of Rocksteady, he was a fucking arms dealer.
Yeah, and the one that we have in the 2012 version, like, turns invisible. He's kind of like a Michael Jackson kind of thing. He fights through dancing, so hey, there's a comparison to Spike Spiegel or something like that.
Be like water.
Although, I have to say, though, about Barry Gordon, though, is that it really does show that, like, it's a real balance to do this voice, because you go to see the crossover between the 87 and the 2012 version, where he reprises his role as Donatello, and he sounds kind of worse. I mean, he's more high-pitched, and it's a lot more annoying. Of course, I have to cut him some slack, because he didn't do the voice in, like, 15 years.
Yeah, so one would fall off the bicycle and kind of forget.
Exactly. Although, granted, like, at least Barry Gordon had skill to start, unlike the replacement of him, Greg Berg.
I've just built a gamma-ray sonar tracker. It'll help us keep tabs on the Technodrome's movements.
A replacement of Donatello in, like,
and Bebop.
6 episodes, and Bebop, thank you, in, like, 6 episodes. It's just not as, like, it's just, the problem is that he's not confident, and you can hear it, you know? He sounds scared to try to do the voice, you know?
He doesn't have the heart or the oomph that Barry shows in his professionalism.
Yeah, it's like, being more nerdy and sounding more neurotic and scared does not make a good voice, you know? It has to actually sound good to the ear, which Barry Gordon does fine.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like that Donatello as a character is great, because despite him being a nerd, and especially being a mutant turtle who's taken out of society, he is incredibly comfortable with what he is, especially since he's the smart one among his brothers already. So he's got two layers of being strange in society. And it's just something to help the nerds latch onto it. Just like, yeah, if this guy could be confident in his own skin while having green skin, then why can't I? And he does kung fu and he kicks butt.
Exactly. And the thing about Donatello is, while he is a nerd, he's not antisocial. He's actually very friendly, which is a good stereotype for nerds. Donnie in the 1987 was very positive stereotype for nerd characters, for nerd people even.
I was going to say that. Like,
compared to like when the whole big nerd culture happened in the 50s, it's because they were the antithesis to the greasers. The fucking Poindexter geeks, the antisocial, bad acne, fumbles on words, always sounds whiny.
I'm so glad that you brought up nerd culture in this, because as that's what I put in my notes for Barry Gordon too, and it's because it's like he had to come up with this voice during a time when the nerd stereotype was running wild, and like the voice like, my formula,
my formula, or a fucking Rick Moranis in Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters. Rather than Rick Moranis and Taylor in Flower Shop of Horrors.
Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters. That sounded like a terrible sequel to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Even Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, even though he was a big nerd, he was still confident in his ability. And once he found out, hey, my invention works. This is cool. Wait a minute, I shrunk the kids. Oh my god.
Yeah, not Barry Gordon or Greg Berg, Rick Moranis.
Don't you know he's the best turtle? I could actually see Rick Moranis playing one of the turtles in like a goofy live action like Broadway play thing.
I love that we completely sidetracked Greg Berg to go back to Barry Gordon and then Rick Moranis. He's so forgettable as Donatello. But I do agree with you. Rick Moranis would have been a great celebrity to play Donatello, but instead, we got something completely different with Corey Feldman in the 1990s movies.
Nice transition there, bud.
Thank you.
No way, Atomic Mouth. Gilligan was her main man. They'd be married and have 6 kids by now.
Okay, so the first thing I want to say before... I think everyone knows what Donatello is in these movies, so I'm just going to say one thing that I don't think anyone else has ever said.
Yeah?
Out of all the VAs that we talked about all the turtles, Corey Feldman sounds the most like a reptile.
You're saying he does sound like a reptile?
Yes.
He does sound like a reptile. Corey Feldman, who in voice acting has played, well, his most notorious and one of my favorite roles of his, Sparks from Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. Wow.
SPRX77.
I'm surprised that we would ever have to bring that series up on the show. Can't wait to handle that in the future. Wink.
I want to talk about it so bad.
We could do an appreciation month. I mean, we have been talking about expanding our horizons with what we do with this podcast.
I have big plans for this thing once it actually hits off the ground.
Even at that, it's a passion project.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of passion project, you could definitely tell Corey Feldman had a lot of fun voicing Donatello in this.
He is having a lot of fun.
All four of the turtles sounded like they were having fun when they were playing their characters. And that's what
Really?
I like about the live action movies. Even the third one, which is contending with the first one for being my favorite, out of how fucking goofy Corey Feldman gets to be in the third movie.
Okay, now that we're up to that point, so a YouTuber who I love named Endless Jess brought this up in an interview that he had, and that, you know the AVGN review of Turtles 3, right?
Yeah.
Well, and like that part where like he's putting up like the top 10 dumbest lines in this movie, like the "It's a Legorama, shwing," and my personal favorite, "I love stuff."
I love stuff.
The
Don't
thing
we
that
all?
AVGN did not pick up on that Endless just did is that all of those lines were Donatello.
Donatello, who's supposed to be the smart one, is the one saying the dumb fucking shit. And I don't even think that was fucking on script. I think that was just Corey Feldman fucking around, because Corey Feldman's known to be a very funny guy.
I can see that, but also it's that these movies don't really have a point for him to be in these movies. You know, he's the guy who does machines. There wasn't a lot in the movie for him to do that involved technology.
Other than explaining the intricacies of the ancient artifact.
Well, that's a given anyway. But I guess the way that the writers compensated this is just to make him sound fucking insane. And just saying,
And it's
just
not just him. Michelangelo also spouts some fucking...
No, not on the level that Donatello does. Are you kidding me?
Donatello sounds like that one kid who's trying to fit in, so he just says something outlandish. I think Robot Chicken made a funny joke about it. It was a skit, and they had Corey Feldman voicing one of the turtles, and it's like, "Focus! One of these turtles. One of them is voiced by Corey Feldman." And Cowabunga! Reaganomics, and then it was Corey Feldman going on a long, detailed speech about something I don't even fucking remember. And he just fucking cuts off Corey Feldman's head.
Oh my god! Fuck you, Slice. Overall, Corey Feldman made Turtles 3 for me. I fucking loved it.
It was just way too good.
And then before that, Turtles 2 happened and Adam Carroll existed.
Past returns. I knew we'd find something special.
Not really much to say on him.
He has one line in the movie that's worth a damn. I don't know why Corey Feldman, didn't come back to do this one. Maybe it's because, hey guys, I'm Donatello. He needed, a year to, rest up his voice because it was just fucking destroying his throat. I don't fucking know. But they got this guy who managed to get one funny line up, and that's the part where Donatello's fucking pushing the toy, and he's like, yeah! That's... Adam Carroll, you got one line in, but it does not match Corey Feldman. Can we move on?
Yep.
Also, Turtles 2 was the most uninteresting one of the trilogy.
Which is surprising because it introduced two really good characters that really didn't get touched up upon.
One is Vanilla Ice.
Razor and his companion.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, they just like sit in like Vanilla Ice's crib and just like smoking weed and stuff like that. It's a good time. Like now that Vanilla Ice is irrelevant, like Razor just like crashes on in his basement, just and Vanilla Ice is just like, oh, fucking just get a job, and Razor is just like sitting there just like what was I talking about?
We were talking about the second Turtle movie, I think.
Oh, yeah, who cares? Okay, 2003.
Another great actor fills the shoes of our purple boy.
Let's fast forward to Turtles 2003. Ha.
I actually liked that season.
I'm not saying I didn't like it. It's the Turtles in the future. How can you not like that?
With a guest star from Sonic X.
That's raise some shell. And I was under the impression that this battle armor was for your self-defense out in the big bad world of 2105.
So, Sam Riegel's done a lot of anime and stuff like that.
Sam Riegel is one of my favorite voice actors, actually.
Like, he's done a lot of anime, but whenever he does something for a real cartoon, it's fucking great.
I really, really like him in practically everything that he does. He just has so many things that I just love. Like, he's Donald from Fire Emblem Awakening. He's Gaspard from .hack GU.
And, like, he has to
list here. He's
bring
Teddy from Persona
Dynamite
4.
over to...
And,
This
like,
will only take 3 hours.
Rex Raptor, Tristan Taylor. You can't just so many. It's like take all these fucking actors or all these fucking roles. Just have them. I don't know what to do with them. Even in Naruto, he plays my favorite character, Shino Aburame,
Which is one of the many characters who is extremely underutilized.
who is actually really fucking broken when you look at it.
Yeah.
But that's not what this voice cast is about.
Yeah, it's about his voice not being horribly interesting, in my opinion.
I like Donatello's voice.
Don't get me wrong, he does a good job, but it's just like, we're kind of into a little bit of a strange phase with Donatello, where it's like, maybe to counteract the bizarreness of Corey Feldman, I don't fucking know. But this and the 2007 movie, Donatello his voice is not distinct.
I can kind of compare it to the 4 stages of high school. Michelangelo being the freshman, Raphael being the sophomore, Donatello being the junior, and Leonardo being the senior. Michelangelo being the freshman, I'm fresh into high school, I finally made it, I'm like on TV. Sophomore year, wow, I really need to, I don't feel I represented myself very well. I gotta stand out, I gotta be bold, I gotta be in people's faces in that cringy sophomore year of leaving an impression on your peers. And then junior year is, oh shit, I'm about to graduate, I gotta put in the work now. And then later on it's, I've been through everything that I can with high school. I'm about to move on to my next stage in life. I have become at peace with my high school performance.
That is not the way that I would put... First of all, my high school experience is completely different. It started with laziness and crying. Meh for sophomore and junior year. And senior year was just straight up depression.
Depression for me was freshman year to senior year.
And a little bit ahead and behind that, huh?
I'm more talking about what each stage is supposed to represent, not what we personally went through. Because again,
I know that
there are many outliers in that statement. But
I don't think that works too. I don't know. It's just like a lot of times it just like sounds like Leonardo. It's not the most interesting Donatello voice, you have to admit, It's a solid voice. It's a solid voice, don't get me wrong, but like, it's inoffensive, but it's just kind of really average to me. But it doesn't hold a fucking candle to boredom like like Mitchell Whitfield in 2007 movie.
If you ask me, guys, this has Winter's name written all over it.
'Cause at least Donatello in the 2003 had fucking roles to do.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he had a damn good presence and was good at what he did.
That's a fact, Jack.
It was also a really good evolution of his character, because beforehand, Donatello really had the least development of the Turtles.
Is it really hard to just, like, write... Fuck it, this is the worst rendition of Donatello, because he has literally nothing to do. I don't remember him in the fucking movie.
In 2007?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really no fighting it there. I mean, you can make a joke about him sounding robotic. He probably is, because he plays a bunch of He plays a couple robots in Transformers, Robots in Disguise.
He was Humpty Dumpty in a thing, so I guess he really cracked under the pressure.
And he was a bunch of unimpressive people in Korra. So an unimpressive person in an unimpressive series.
The voice actor with the least experience in this movie, for among the Turtles, all the other side characters are shit.
And it shows.
It definitely shows.
It wholly shows.
It would take nearly 20 fucking years for them to make a Turtles movie where Donatello actually does machines and it's useful to the fucking plot. And once again, we're going to be praising Turtles forever, where the 87 version is voiced by Anthony Salerno.
Okay, guys, here's everything we'll need to take down the Technodrome. Exploding throwing stars, anti-Technodrome roller skates, SPF 1000 sunblock.
Anthony Salerno, another 4Kids actor. For a while, he played Rex Raptor, but he's more well known for playing Chaz Princeton from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. He also has the misfortune of playing a character named Lenny in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, which I think that's supposed to be them trying to Americanize the name, but that's really getting the shit end of the draw when your proud Japanese name gets translated to Lenny.
No, you're missing his most iconic role. He was Chip, the mascot character in Sonic Unleashed.
You mean the Chip?
Yes, that's right.
But yeah, Anthony Salerno, really good Donnie.
He does good. He does a good Donnie, but it's not surpassing Barry Gordon.
He sounds like Barry Gordon, but he's not trying to copy Barry Gordon, if that makes sense.
No, it sounds a little bit more robust. There's a little bit more to it, I have to say, but unlike the 87 version of Raphael in this movie, who was trying to be Rob Paulsen, but doing it better because Rob Paulsen really had nothing
to work on.
Nothing to work on, thank you. Here, like, Barry Gordon does such a good job that Anthony Salerno just imitates it, and he does fine.
And then we get to our Mirage Turtle representative, Christopher C. Abrams.
What's with the multicolored headband?
Another 4Kids actor who was prevalent in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beforehand. He played Cody Jones from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fast Forward, which was the season 2?
It always baffles me that, like, the 2003 version lasted for a strangely long time until it eventually, like, fizzled out.
Well, yeah, because other people were interested in playing Turtles. And 4Kids going debunk.
Yeah.
But then not going debunk. Just moved platforms.
So, the 2003 version, like, their masks, like, they don't show, like, pupils in that show. And that's not what's weird to me. What's weird is that, like, at the last season, I think it's, like, Back to the Sewers or something, they started, like, showing, like, pupils and eyes again, and that's kind of just like, I don't like these designs. Click off. And
cluck off.
There's something about it that, like, weirds me out, because it's the only series that does that, where it's like, they always just, like, don't show their pupils because of the mask. If you
kind of like the domino mask aesthetic for Batman and Robin. Their pupils never show in their masks because there's some sort of film over it, which reflects light, which is why it glows, I think.
Does it? Yeah. So
There's science to that. There's science to that. I promise you there is science. Because this is a science episode with the science boy.
Quick, say an equation right now.
You plus me equals stalling for time. Hey! I'll be here all night.
Alright, I'm gonna go for like 10 minutes then.
Donatello Mirage. Not really much to do there. He didn't get that many lines. Very to his own, but overall, I guess it works for the edgier Donatello, which in his iteration of the comics, he was very to himself regardless. He didn't really care about getting better other than improving on his technology, which him being the only one that likes technology really only cared for himself. Which is why he was put off with Leonardo, because Leonardo was also very to himself. So it'd just be two people leaving each other alone.
Alright, I'm back. I realize that I still have this podcast to do, and I'm not leaving you hanging because I love you.
Also, kind of his role playing Crow Hogan from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds kind of shows.
The fuck? I can't believe you watched that anyway.
What?
5Ds. I don't know anyone who watched that fucking show.
I like 5Ds because it has our favorite Australian motorcycle riding duelist.
Really? Only the one?
Well, there's only one Australian motorcycle riding duelist.
I can't say anything about it. People give me shit for liking GX.
Game on, get your game on. Come on, you gotta play your cards right. Game on, get your game on. Come on, the GX was fucking lit.
All of a sudden, I agree with all of them.
I honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh's was good until Zexal. Because Zexal,
we are going way too fucking far off top. I have something quick to say about Christopher Adams.
Christopher Adams, go ahead.
He stands out the most by not having an edge voice at all.
Yeah, he sounds like a normal dude as compared to...
That's really all I have to say. Did you ever watch... You didn't watch, like, the 2012 crossover specials, right?
No.
Okay, then you might like this bit, is that, like, they actually do have to travel to a Mirage dimension, right?
Huh.
But the Mirage Turtles don't talk. They're they don't speak at all, and they're animated like a motion comic.
That's hilarious.
It's really funny, because it's like Donatello and little Donatello, like, travel to this place, and they're being, like, stalked by them to, like, go to get the special MacGuffin, whatever. And, like, the Donnies interact with the environment by just, like, going down fire escapes and stuff like that. And you just see the fucking Mirage Turtles just, like, on a separate editing layer, just moving down over the fire escape. And then when the Donnies get the MacGuffin and they exit out, then it fucking... The Mirage Turtles are all together, and their expression changes from a serious to a dissolve into a "oh" kind of face.
That's so dumb.
It's so great. Oh,
Speaking of
God.
So great. We'll move on to 2012, where
I think we're already there, buddy.
Where Rob Paulsen gets a second chance at playing a turtle, and he plays it pretty good.
Nothing yet. Trust me, guys, they're gonna break into that lab tonight. I have reliable intel. She's not my girlfriend, Mikey. She's a girl who's a friend whose dad got kidnapped by the same aliens who are gonna break into that lab, and we're gonna stop them.
Ideal fucking casting.
Which is funny. He failed as the turtle he was given.
I wouldn't say fail. He just wasn't as good. It just took a good 30 years for them to realize, oh fuck, Rob Paulsen would be great as Donatello and not fucking Raphael.
Actually kind of makes me want to hear Barry Gordon's attempt at Raphael, see if it would be any different, considering Barry Gordon's got some good range on him.
I agree. Hey, if I'm ever at a convention, I'll friggin' do it and I'll record it and send it to you, buddy.
Woo!
Of course, you're in New York. You actually have a place where voice actors would actually congregate to.
Not as often as you would think.
Compared to Florida?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Surprisingly, yeah. We get the same fucking people every time, and I'm not spending money and I'm not humoring Comic-Con on their bullshit.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I still wish we could have gone, but then, like, their fucking ticket... Hey, guys! You have to pay for individual days. They're just like, fuck off.
Oh, no. Now it's back, and it's nearly $200 for a 4-day.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You're so far up their own asses, I swear to God.
Because desperate nerds will fucking shell out money to go be social. Or, you know, what Comic-Con has turned into, and it's literally a public event for fucking everyone, so fucking everyone goes. Like, I went to a Comic-Con once, and he did not know anything. Like, he was in the anime section, because in 1 year, okay, they used to have Anime Next and Comic-Con. One used to claim the upstairs, one used to claim the downstairs. Then they merged them together. The entire back row of the convention center was the anime section.
And was this one of those friends that you had that was just like, oh, Sword Art Online is cool, and that's it?
This was before Sword Art Online, actually. No, it was this one guy only came for the Star Trek booth. Only for the Star Trek booth, because he didn't like anything else. Man wandered around in the anime section for 90 minutes. 90 minutes wondering what the fuck is going on. Ask people, hey, what are you from? He went up to a fucking Pokemon cosplay group. He's like, what are you guys even from? How is this a Comic-Con thing?
In a way, it's just like the purest form of a Comic-Con attendee, but I just imagine just like, just like, Captain's Log, Stardate, the Year of the Tiger. I'm surrounded in a strange land with giant eyes and fat, neck-bearded faggots that smell like Cheetos. And this isn't the cool kind of fat like William Shatner.
Or
this is
even
not
worse.
the cool kind of fat. I am in a terrible land. Someone please save me. I will contact my mom to have her pick me up as soon as I can to beam me up. Beam me up, mommy. Beam me up.
Or on the other side of things with cosplayers, literally some people cosplay things either that's so fucking basic bitch that anyone can fucking do it, but it's mainly to show off their fucking cellulite ass bodies. Or people just cosplaying because, hey, I could promote my fucking I could promote my personal Snapchat, you know. Get these loser nerds fucking the most laziest of cosplays just to get their little fucking nerd boners off to make an instant like fucking $100,000 or so.
I knew a fucking guy, just a raging autist. Like, some of you guys online might know him as A-Log. I actually knew this motherfucker in real life. Just a friend of a friend, and we all fucking hated him. He was an annoying sack of shit. But, like, there's a fucking YouTube playlist of this dude doing cringy shit. And one of them was him harassing a Haruhi cosplayer.
Oh, God.
It was literally, the whole interview went like, first of all, he was doing like a fucking like news reporting thing. He had a microphone at this convention, like awkwardly interviewing like whatever cosplayers that he could see. And he was like, hi, what are you dressed as? I'm dressed as Haruhi Suzumiya. Okay, where from? Haruhi Suzumiya. I know that there's a special dance that's involved. Can you do that? He fucking forced a cosplay chick to do a fucking dance in front of him for the camera, and she was clearly uncomfortable.
Well, yeah. It takes actual practice to the Hara Yukai. That's the name of it, right?
That's it, yeah.
Also, it's not good with one person doing it. It has to be a fucking 3 to 5 person group. It's not good when it's alone.
I think you're missing the forest for the trees.
No, I'm also essentially he was Jabba the Hutt making fucking the fucking Aayla Secura ass slave dance for him.
You know, that's what my family calls my aunt now.
Jabba the Hutt?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not Jabba the Huttsky? Jabba the Huttman?
I get it.
Hutberg.
Jabba the Huttfield. The field of huts.
The field of huts and dirty putts.
I want to see a place called Hutberg.
Here in Hutberg.
So we were on Rob Paulsen, right?
Yeah. And to transition to our weird entry, which we've done for all three.
I didn't talk about Rob Paulsen yet.
Yes, we did. We said that he was was the best role for him.
I wasn't done yet.
It was that he played the wrong turtle in the 1980s. He would have done much better as Donatello.
I just want to quickly say that well, first of all, it's Rob Paulsen doing a voice. Out of all the turtles in this series, I feel like that his voice sticks out the most compared to all the other turtles. I know that there has to be some kind of disconnect. Like, I have to know that, like, oh, hey, it's a voice actor doing it because now I'm an adult and I can rationalize this shit. But out of all of them, I look at Greg Cipes as Michelangelo and I can still kind of compartmentalize the idea of, like, oh, hey, it's still Michelangelo. With Rob Paulsen, I still just hear, oh, it's Rob Paulsen playing Donatello, you know?
It's Rob Paulsen being Rob Paulsen.
Yeah. Although, granted, I love this version of Donatello. Like, after a very annoying lull of just like, just Donatello having no personality. Donatello has had a weird fucking arc throughout his life. Going from just like, it's like, meh, he's just kind of part of the team, to being fucking insane, to having just like that awkward, that kind of time where just like you're off the coke and you're just like, whatever, I don't have a personality. And now he's on a fucking rise again of being more eccentric than ever before. And that's fucking heightened by the 2018 version of Donatello in Rise of the Ninja Turtles, voiced by Josh Brener. Fuck you, how is that transition?
You forgot what I was trying to go over. Yonan Vasquez. You goon.
You ruined my momentum for the... Okay.
Raph challenged me to a fight to prove me and my inventions wouldn't be enough to save me from his, my perfectly tuned fight engine! Okay, then how do we settle this?
Eric Bauza, everyone.
Fucking
Eric
hate
Bauza.
You sometimes. I fucking hate you.
The feeling is mutual.
You know...
Eric Bauza! He's been in a lot more than you think.
Yeah, this dude fucking exploded in the past few years, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
And no question about it, he's great. Like...
He also played a majority of the cast for El Tigre, which I love.
Another one that we have to go over again.
Oh, definitely. Another appreciation month, if you will.
This dude is so fucking good at just, like, impression and just hiding his voice. I'm like, I remember just, like, seeing him, and it's just like, where the fuck did this guy come from? He's been doing it since he was the black version of Poof in Fairly Odd Parents, and ever since then, his fucking career skyrocketed.
Which is funny, because he also played Leonardo in the Brandon Auman TMNT attempt.
I wouldn't be surprised if at any point he voiced literally all the turtles in different renditions.
I wouldn't be surprised, which is funny because the Donatello in the Brandon Auman was dubbed by Scott Menville. But we didn't watch that, so we're not covering it. I just wanted to mention Scott Menville. Scott Menville, everyone! Scott Menville. Great guy. And now, getting off the rise of Eric Bauza's career, we'll do Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Josh Brener.
Yeah, I give that transition like a C-.
At least I stayed on track.
What? You're the one who derailed me. Fuck you.
Did I?
Yes!
Did I really?
You're the one who started the Comic-Con shit, and then you were just like, wait, we have to talk about this short, without even actually talking about Donatello in that short itself. We've been backtracking to... Okay, Josh Brener and Rise.
Based on our velocity and entry angle, I concur. We are just typical normal humans who got lost in the middle of our normal, everyday human lives. Nailed it.
You do not intimidate us. With or without your fake nerd voices.
That was actually my real voice.
Well, you better get intimidated, because we're like nothing you've ever seen.
What's wrong with my voice? We agreed to reserve a Hoy for ship-based adventures, pal, please?
I like him as Donnie. He does a good job. I just don't like that they make Donnie look like a fucking idiot.
How do they make him look like an idiot?
I don't know. It's the stupid shit-eating grin, the weird, the always staring off somewhere, some of the dumb shit he says. Corey Feldman was funny when he was trying to scramble together fucking sciencey words, when he did have to play sciencey Donatello.
I think Josh Brenner's funny.
I think he's funny, but overall an underwhelming Donatello for me. Then again, I only got past 1.5 episodes.
In like a month, you couldn't... Whatever. You know what? No.
I
have a bit more to say. Rob, besides just like, oh, Rise is terrible because it's bleh.
I mean, I physically cannot watch it.
Yeah, you will die. It's the Ark of the Covenant in cartoon form.
No, more of it upsets my eyes and gives me headaches.
Touche. Like I said, Rob Paulsen isn't an eccentric Donatello. This is a fucking eccentric Donatello.
Yeah, he flexes his nerd bone. Based on the clips I'm getting from behind the voice actor, he just flexes the brain boner.
Yeah, and it's just like kind of a technophile too. He's just like a the type. It's just like the calling like his machines babies and just like, I'll never let you go and blah blah blah. I don't hate him. Like, I should be annoyed, but I'm not. I like Josh Brenner's voice. I think that for what it is, it's still kind of pleasant. It's a good, I wouldn't say pleasant, but it is a pleasant surprise at least. Kind of a Mary Sue in a way. Because it's like...
He has an answer for everything.
He has an answer for everything. He's the smart one. You watch the first episode where he's kind of the one who does most of the capable fighting with his fucking rocket staff, which is still kind of cool. Always has the right thing to say, and it's just... It's kind of debatable, but it's just like... It really... I think I talked about this before, but it's just like... A lot of, like, the shit that's, like, put on... I think Raph and Mikey are fine in this show, but Donatello has so much personality that Leonardo has literally nothing to do. Like, what can you say about Leonardo in this show? Fucking Raph's the leader, and fucking like, at least, like, Donatello defined as the funny guy, but at least Michelangelo, who's always kind of known as the funny guy, clearly still has this kind of an eccentric gay artist personality going on that's still kind of charming and cute. But it's like, there's nothing for literally all that he has is just those like fucking red stripes on his eyes, which, well, what kind of animal or what kind of like turtle are they trying to go for with Leonardo?
I think that's a box turtle.
Okay.
I might be wrong. Hold on. Yeah, that's the box turtle.
All right, there you go. It's perfectly fitting. Like, they officially put Leonardo in a fucking box, so they made him a box turtle.
Oh no, wait, never mind. He's the red-eared slider. Red-eared slider.
Well, the fucking writers just, like, slid past giving Leonardo a personality. If you fucking find out that it's another type of turtle to make me do another stupid pun, I will go over there and I will fucking punch you in the soul. So, what are your choices?
Worst would have to be Greg Berg. Weirdest, Corey Feldman. Favorite, Rob Paulsen.
Okay. My favorite is Corey Feldman. My worst is Corey Feldman. And my weirdest is Corey Feldman.
You like Corey Feldman, hate Corey Feldman, and think Corey Feldman's weird.
Corey Feldman is the encapsulation of everything that I want in a character. I'm totally joking. My favorite? You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Barry Gordon.
That's a good favorite.
My worst is Mitchell Whitfield. And the weirdest is...
Actually, yeah, I changed my worst to Mitchfield.
And the weirdest is probably Brener. No. My weirdest is Corey Feldman. I have to keep him on my list somewhere. He's a fucking god among men. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our Turtle Month. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope we didn't do this too fucking early, considering that we have no audience. Please come. We are talented people, but you can be the judge of that yourself. I want to keep this discussion going, so please tell me what's your best,
Keep the party going,
worst...
keep the party going, keep the pizza party going.
By putting in the comments your best, worst, and weirdest turtle, who is Donatello. Like us on Facebook to follow what we're doing and when posts are going to be. See you guys next week when we do something completely different.
See you later, guys.
Goodbye.
Goongala goongala.
Goongala goongala.